Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Today is October 7th, 2025. We will not have a Zoom tomorrow. We normally have Zooms Mondays through Fridays at 8 o'clock Central. We are building out our compliance department. We're actually hiring a number of new attorneys, and we're going to be interviewing some of them tomorrow. So I apologize, we will not have the Zoom tomorrow. But today is a very important one, so let's go ahead and take care of today's topic. Screen should be shared. We had gone through this recently, but it's so important that we wanted to revisit it because just like the song Danger Zone and his comment before, if we don't have leads, we're in trouble. And that's true for any type of business. You could be a doctor, a dentist, an accountant, a car dealership, a restaurant. If you don't have leads and you don't have clients, you're probably not going to have income. And so that just should not be the issue. So let's go through and talk about the resource today. So here at the top of the page, of course, we have our contact information. If you're just looking for funding, entrepreneur startup starterpack.com. Our full website's 509pacific.org. Text support line 903-347-8042. Past trainings are on YouTube. You can use this link to schedule if you need. Our background's no different than every other day we talk about it. 501c3 nonprofit, applied for and received a grant. Grant has 3 mandates. We're responsible for improving financial literacy, giving away shelf corps, and providing access to capital. We're unique in a number of ways, one of which is that we're very transparent. So in these morning Zooms, live or recorded, we have 2 different audiences. We have distribution partners, current or prospective, that are looking to help us do these things and get paid. And then concurrently, we have current and prospective grant participants, those that are looking for knowledge, those that are looking for the free shelf corps, and especially those that are looking for funding. So in our model, we don't believe that we have to segment people. So we say certain things to one group, but the other group doesn't hear it. Very transparent. It's okay if everyone understands how the model works. So today's topic is we're going to go back and revisit lead generation. And again, I don't know how to emphasize this more, and it's true for whatever industry an entrepreneur is in, leads is crucial because you have to follow the money, right? We need leads. We convert the leads into customers. And when we have customers, we have money coming in. We have deposits. So it all starts with leads. As a reseller or a branch office, you are empowered to go out and develop leads the way that you want. And we see lots of different people do lots of different things. And as long as it's legal and ethical, that's up to you. But if you're just really not good at developing leads, we can provide those for you and we don't charge you for it. So let's talk about how that works. Now, again, this is different than what we had in the past. In the past, we had a different program called the OBD. The OBD is dead. It had some issues with it that we've learned from. So if you're reflecting back the way OBD worked, I need to erase that part of your memory, approach this fresh, and we call this the lead generation program. So let's start with some important considerations. So I think, and I was talking to one of you this morning on the phone, Matthew, it's really important to understand how important you are. You have the solution to the problem that many entrepreneurs have. They need money. They need money to either start, to grow, to reach their potential. You have that solution, and we call it the formula for funding. And you can go back and see yesterday's training we went through and diagrammed out specifically step by step the formula for funding. But I think as soon as you start to realize how important you are to others, and really almost a moral obligation that if you can go out and teach, you can help people and you'll never have to worry about leads. But I know not all of you have the time or interest to go teach. But my first point is what we're doing is changing people's lives, obviously for the better. So if you're looking to make a difference as a reseller or branch office, you're in the right spot. Furthermore, our program is designed to be remarkably affordable to the grant participant. It's designed that from beginning to end, for the average, and I know not everyone's average, but for the average grant participant, their entire out of pocket for the entire process should be less than $500. Now, you do see a little asterisk behind it, which means a footnote. You do have to keep in mind that if you're a reseller or branch office, you're controlling how much the client pays. Some of you are charging more than 500, some of you are charging 5,000 or more, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're changing the price, then in this point here, you'll have to insert your price into it. But the goal is to bring people in, provide them the shelf corp. The shelf corp has the business plan, the financial projections, the collateral. We go into the first tranche of funding. And for the average client, they're getting enough from that first tranche of funding to fund everything else. So, with that being said, that's why we can say, other than just the processing fee to get them the shelf corp, everything else, ideally, theoretically, by design, should be funded through the capital raises. So that's a big deal. We are technical advisors, not lenders. So it's very important. When they come to you and they say, well, Carla, how much have you lent? How much money have you loaned out, Carla? Or Brian, or Bernard, or Ben, or Antonio, or Amanda, or 640 of you on. We don't lend money. We're technical advisors. We don't loan money. Lenders loan money. And we went through a very detailed list yesterday on training of our preferred lenders. So we're very transparent. You can see that on yesterday's training. So we are technical advisors. We're not the lenders. We provide clients, as I mentioned, the shelf corp that's designed for funding. We're able to get them their first round of offers, typically in 7 to 10 days, and they should have funding in their pocket within 2 weeks. Again, we're talking about the average typical client. I know there can be outliers. We, as technical advisors, assist clients in getting the right type of funding based upon their wants, needs, and mitigating circumstances. And this is a big deal because it's not one size fits all when it comes to business funding. We help clients build their loan package, as we talked about yesterday on yesterday's training, which again is on YouTube. We help clients build out their business credit worthiness, getting their DUNS number, building out their profile, and getting trade lines added. And that is part of helping clients legally and ethically meet the underwriting guidelines. And we help them get funded. And we guarantee if they'll follow the process, if they'll be compliant, we can guarantee funding. Now, if they want to do it their way instead of our way, it becomes more volatile. But we can guarantee funding if they'll follow our formula for funding, which again was detailed on yesterday's training, which is posted now. So with that said, we have 100% success. As long as the clients participate, we will be successful in having that capital raise. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our topic today of how does this new lead generation program work? And we'll even show you some recent success stories. So let's go ahead and advance the screen. So we've agreed that I hope we've agreed what we do, you and I, what we do is important, it's legal, it's credible, it's ethical, it's real. We help people and you can make a lot of money, which we'll talk about in a moment if that's important to you. But we must have leads. We must have leads. We have to have leads. And so we are really good at generating leads. And so if you would like our lead development team to generate leads for you, we will do that for free. But let's go through how the model works. So there's two elements of the new lead generation program. There is the reseller marketing program, and then we add the leads to it. So let's go through one step at a time. So the RMP hasn't changed. It's what we've been talking about quite a while. You've seen many times where we've put the landing page up where it's that entry point. So we believe that you'll be most successful if you have a landing page to drive your prospects to. Is it a requirement? No, but it is recommended. The landing page is the entry point to your sales funnel. From that, it allows drip marketing to go to your leads to further educate them and motivate them to enroll. It has built in an e-contract. Many of you wake up every morning, you check your email, and you find that you have 2, 3, 4, 10 or more new client contracts signed in your inbox. When Charles woke up this morning, he saw new contracts. Doug, we got several Dougs on. Doug, Corinthian, France, Mr. Stockton. I don't remember all the names, but with the RMP, what happens is clients go to your landing page and they actually enroll, and you're delivered the signed contract. All you need to do then is invoice them. It's beautiful. So our team builds out the landing page. Our team builds out the drip marketing sequence. Our team builds out your e-contract, and you get signed contracts. So with that, then you're able to earn the back end commissions. So the front end is whatever markup you want to put on the shelf corp, as I think you know, and then 5% on the back end of the client's capital raise. We're not MLM, we're not network marketing, but we do pay a 5% override. So take Chris, for example, and I'm pulling from memory. I think Chris said he's bringing on 7 new resellers this week. I think that's correct. I might be a bit off. So, as Chris is out producing, he's making 5% on his deals, and now he'll make 5% on the deals of those 7. So the first component is we need a landing page to be able to facilitate the drip marketing, the e-contract, and the back end commissions. So if there's any questions on that, let me know. But now let's go over to step 2 and talk about leads. So we need leads. We've said that so many times. We need leads. And if you want to go generate your own leads and drive them into your reseller marketing program, your landing page, that's perfectly fine. If you're not really good at that, or you want to supplement that, or you want to outsource it, let's talk about the lead generation program. So we've got a team that's really good at developing ads and placing those ads on Instagram and Meta and online. So we're willing to do that for you for free with an asterisk. You pay the ad spend, our team will do all the work to place the ads, you'll get the leads. So what we've determined is that we need to run your ads, and we'll develop the ads, you don't have to develop them, for a minimum of 2 days. Normally it is 2 days. You pay the ad spend. What we found to get optimal results is $500 a day ad spend. So we're all probably not math majors, but $500 a day with a 2-day minimum. So if you're willing to, which I'm not trying to upsell you, it's up to you, develop leads however you want. But if you want us to go develop leads, you're going to be funding the ad spend in the amount of $1,000, which covers 2 days. Our team will develop and place the ads at no cost to you. We'll provide you those leads that generate. Now, these are leads. So these are leads that you need to follow up with, or someone on your team needs to follow up with, or you need to drop them into your landing page. So we're not promising to close these leads. We're not promising to talk to these leads. We're going to generate the leads and then get them into your capable hands. We've been running the 2-day ad spend for a while now, and we're getting really nice results. And maybe you look at this and say, no, it's not a great deal, but we can look at it and saying, okay, if I spent $1,000, what type of lead volume could I reasonably expect? Well, I don't know the future, but I can tell you in the recent past, Nicholas ran it and he ended up having 42 signed contracts. Mark, who's on our training, Mr. Moses is on here, ended up with 70. Keith 51, Chris 53, Ray 54, Michael 39, Danielle 43, Terrence 59, and then there's been others, but that's a good representative sample. I didn't leave out any real low numbers and I didn't leave out any real high numbers, but if we looked at the range, what could you reasonably expect from $1,000 of ad spend? This is a reasonable range, but can't make any promises, but it's never flopped. Certainly, there's just some natural randomness of some people are online more some days than others, but the ads are consistent and the results are good. With this model, we'll generate the leads, we'll drive you the leads, and then you could make a choice of three things. You could reach out to them and be a real person and connect with them and develop a real relationship, which would be great. Or you could just drive them into your landing page, or you could do the combination of the two. That would be up to you. So all we're promising to do is to get you the leads. Now, one of the things that we were constrained before in the prior iteration is we could only run ads for one distribution partner at a time, and there's only 30 days in the month, right? So in a given calendar month, we could only run ads for 15 people. 15 times 30 is the amount a month. Now we have a unique way that we can actually get you your first set of leads within 3 to 4 days, and then also get you your full batch from running the ad. So in other words, we want to give you some instant gratification so you have some leads to work on right away. Plus, then we'll run your ads as stated. So with that, if you're interested, let us know. The question typically comes up, how much money would I make by doing this? I don't know. I think we can just look at the comp formula. So on the front end, you determine how much you make. Take again Chris on here. Chris, each time he places a shelf court, Chris charges 5,000, and he's enrolling multiple clients every week. Some of you charge less than that, some of you charge more than that, but you control what the front end processing fee is. And even when we're doing this, you still control the pricing. So it's up to you how much you want to make per deal on the front end. And then on the back end, it's set. It's set at that 5%. So then it's just a question of 5% of what? Well, you and I know that we guarantee them a minimum of 100,000. So if you took 5% of 100,000, it's $5,000. So, I mean, if we had one person just go through and have a $100,000 capital raise, it's been profitable for you. But what you and I know, and I think what we're seeing, and I believe you're seeing as well, most clients really don't want a small capital raise. The average is between 1 and 3 million. If we go on the low end of that, 5% of 1 million puts right about 50,000 in your pocket. The occasionally, not routinely, but occasionally we have really large capital raises, which we characterize as 25 million or more. And so those do happen. They're not the norm. We have a couple that we're working on right now. So you would have to put together your projections of what you think your average capital raise would be. So with that being said, let's have a little bit of a tough love conversation. Again, if you're a reseller, it's up to you. You can dabble, you can do a lot, you can do a little, it's up to you. If you're a branch office, the expectation is much different. Now we're actively working with key influencers in your community. But regardless of the role, a business should have lots of leads. And I struggle with understanding how some of our distribution partners don't accept that, or maybe just they don't agree with that. They think if they have one or two good leads, life is great. That's not the way a business should run, right? We should have lots of leads because some people will close now, some will close later, some won't close at all. So to run a really successful business, think of just about any type, you need lots and lots of leads. So those of you, like Corinthian just said, she thinks she has a good lead, which is good. I'm giving Corinthian a thumbs up. But in her lead pool, she's got one good lead. What I'm asking you all to consider is, how about we get you 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 good leads? Obviously, we're going to generate a lot more income if we have lots of good leads versus if we proudly say, oh, I have one or I have two. I was talking to Brandon yesterday. Let's see if he's on the training. He's out of California. He's not, so it's early there. Brandon is doing well, but his world's real small. He'll talk to friends and family, and they're signing up because they trust Brandon. But this is not a sell from your kitchen MLM model where the only prospects that you have is based around people that you know. The world's much larger than just the people that know you and that you know. So if we can actually develop some ads, whether you're having us do it or you do it on your own, and we reach out to a larger audience, that's where you can generate lots of deals and earn six figures or even seven figures a month. But if your mindset's real small, it's probably just not a good fit because we didn't develop the reseller program for those of you that developed 0 to 1 or 2 deals a month. I realize there may be a ramp up time, but that's not the role that you probably should be in. We need lots of leads. You can develop leads how you want. If you'll pay the ad spend, we'll generate the leads for you as described. So again, if you're interested in that, text the support line. It's pretty painless. You'll fund the ad spend and we'll run the ads. We'll get you an initial batch of leads right away. And then once your ad runs, then when your ad's actually running live, you'll be getting live emails each time the lead is generated. So you get live feed. And then after that 2-day period, then you'll get a spreadsheet of all the leads. All right, let's see. Who has questions, comments, concerns on leads? And I guess we could just do a quick assessment, not trying to make anyone uncomfortable. But what if each of you went to the Q&A box? It's like a chat box of Zoom. And if you were to just type in, how many leads do you have in your sales funnel right now? I won't embarrass anyone. I won't announce any names, but I'd like to just get a feel for, we have 637 of you. Do most of you have 0 to 5 leads? Do many of you have 10 or more, 20 or more? Go ahead and take a moment to type into the Q&A. What does your lead funnel look like now? Because my argument is if you don't have a good lead funnel, we need to either look to determine, is your funnel in place? And then secondly, what are you doing to generate leads? Now, if all you want to do is just a little side income of a couple deals a month, that's your option. But that's really not what this is designed for. We're looking for professionals like Rona, like Rod, that are looking at doing 10, 20, 30, 40 deals a month where it's meaningful. So we have some of you, and I'm afraid we're in this world of haves and have-nots, which is not my preference, but we have some of you that have over 100 leads in your funnel, and that's good. That's working. That's a serious business. But again, not to embarrass anyone, I won't say any names, but if we only have a handful of leads, you're not running your business very effectively. So we probably either should get out of the business or improve how we run it. You're running a sales organization, and I know some of you don't like that title, but let's call a spade a spade. You're running a sales organization. That's what a reseller or a branch office does. You're running a sales organization. And if you don't have sales, you're failing. You should replace yourself. But if you don't have sales because you don't have leads, that's the easiest thing to fix. I've already shown you, we figured out how to generate the leads. We're not trying to make money off of you. Of the ad spend, we invest 100% of the ad spend. It's just simply, do you have the willingness to work those leads? When we did the prior version, OBD, I can't tell you how many of the participants would say, I'm not going to contact any of those prospects. It's like, well, why are you a reseller then? Why are you a branch office if you don't really want to help people? All right. So with that being said, we wanted to revisit this again. For those of you that came on long, we will late. I'm sorry. We will not have a Zoom tomorrow on Wednesday, October 8th. We're in the process of building out our compliance department. We've made a decision to hire only attorneys. So we are in the process of interviewing attorneys tomorrow morning and going forward. So we'll be building out our internal team inside, not external, not resellers, not branch offices, but internal team of attorneys to help us handle the growth of the business. With that being said, it's time to produce, right? I mean, so many of you tell me how great you are at what you do and how smart you are, and I don't doubt that at all. And self-confidence is a great attribute, but the results are in your bank account. The results are in the numbers that you produce. So if you're not generating the results, you don't have the numbers that you need, I really encourage you to consider investing in some ad spend. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back Thursday. No Zoom tomorrow. See you back Thursday morning. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.